of us have lofty expectations for XRP and its potential to alter the financial industry in the future, with many imagining scenarios in which the Federal Reserve plays a major role in its acceptance. Others have even conjectured that it may someday reach exorbitant costs. But the truth is a little more grounded. Even though XRP has demonstrated its technological worth in cross-border payments, present restrictions make it impossible for the Fed to directly purchase and keep XRP. Gaining insight into the legal environment surrounding XRP and the Federal Reserve might help one see how XRP might be more realistically and practically incorporated into international financial systems. First, let's discuss the Fed's function within the financial system. As the United States Central Bank, the Federal Reserve is essential to monetary policy, interest rate setting, and maintaining the stability of the financial system. Nevertheless, despite its power, it is prohibited by law from directly purchasing or possessing digital assets such as cryptocurrencies such as XRP. Federal regulations and the larger legal framework that oversees the Fed's operations are the sources of this restriction. In particular, cryptocurrencies fall under the Fed's current definition of speculative or volatile assets, which prohibits the Fed from buying them. A distinct line is drawn by this regulation on limit. The Fed cannot keep cryptocurrency and blockchain technology in its reserves, but it has a stake in learning about and keeping an eye on their development. Despite this, the Fed has spoken out about the possible advantage of digital currency and blockchain technology. It has been investigating ideas like digital currencies issued by central banks, which may be a step towards digital assets joining the global monetary system. It's crucial to remember that this does not, at least not directly, entail the Fed purchasing XRP. Even without the Fed's official adoption, Ripple and XRP still have a lot of potential to fit into the larger financial ecosystem. Through Ripple's on-demand liquidity service, XRP is already helping to close the gap between blockchain technology and conventional financial systems. In comparison to conventional banking systems, XRP offers a more effective alternative by lowering costs and speeding up transactions by supplying liquidity for cross-border payments. Because of this, XRP is a useful tool for banks and other financial organizations looking for quicker and more affordable solutions to process international payments. But the real question is whether the Fed will permit XRP to be used more widely in the larger financial system. Even if the Fed might not use XRP directly, banks who hold Fed licenses or participate in FedNow, the Fed's new real-time payment infrastructure, could use it indirectly. FedNow, which is scheduled to begin soon, intends to speed up payments within the American banking system. It was created to assist in resolving the shortcomings of the current payment systems, especially with regard to cross-border and immediate payments. Given Ripple's connections with significant financial institutions, XRP's technology may be crucial to the banking industry's interactions with FedNow. Banks and payment processors throughout the world have partnered with Ripple, and these organizations may incorporate Ripple's ODL into their operations. Financial institutions who participate in the ISO 2022 ecosystem, a global messaging standard for payments, for instance, might use Ripple's technologies to meet their payment needs while still adhering to legal restrictions. Even if the Fed may not use XRP directly, the financial institutions it collaborates with may use Ripple's ODL to meet the liquidity requirements of real-time payments. Perhaps XRP's most important asset in this context is its ability to be used for cross-border payments. But if we examine XRP's potential in the larger financial context, one of the most enduring misconceptions in the cryptocurrency world is that it might one day hit $10,000 0 cents per coin. It's critical to understand the underlying math. With more than 50 billion tokens in circulation, it is quite improbable that XRP will ever achieve such a high price, despite the fact that it is now among the top cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. It would need a market valuation of about $500 trillion 0 cents for XRP to reach $10,000 0 cents per currency. To put it into perspective, the total worth of the world economy is approximately $100 trillion 0 cents. The market capitalization would still be significantly more than what is economically feasible, even if everyone on the earth purchased XRP at that price. Let's compare this to other significant cryptocurrencies. For instance, Bitcoin has not yet reached a $1 trillion 0 cents market cap and has a far smaller supply than XRP. It would take a degree of demand, institutional adoption, and legal clarity that is just not realistic in the foreseeable future for XRP to ever approach the price range that some enthusiasts suggest. Although there is a chance that XRP's price will rise in the future, the market fundamentals do not support it hitting unattainable price thresholds like $10,000, 0 cents. Rather than making speculative price projections, the realistic outlook for XRP's future rests on its increasing acceptance and usefulness in the financial system. One way that XRP can further integrate into the global financial system is through its function in enabling cross-border payments. Financial institutions may find that Ripple's XRP is an essential component of their plan to update payment systems and boost productivity as they continue to investigate blockchain-based solutions. In conclusion, even while legal and regulatory restrictions prevent the Fed from directly acquiring XRP, there are still plenty of chances for XRP to indirectly contribute to the modernization of the financial system. XRP can support quicker, less expensive cross-border payments and the largest shift to a more digital, blockchain-driven financial system by interacting with authorized financial institutions. As the globe continues to embrace blockchain technology and digital currencies, XRP's future depends much more on its practical applications than on irrational price forecasts or excitement. The future of XRP involves a gradual assimilation into the current financial systems. XRP may become a vital instrument for international payments as more organizations realize its worth. But it's important to have a realistic outlook on its future. The emphasis should be on the useful ways that XRP may add value for both consumers and institutions rather than pursuing irrational price expectations. What role does XRP play in the financial industry going forward? In your opinion, do you believe that financial institutions will continue to use it as a bridge, or do you think that entirely new technologies may be needed to move forward? Please share your opinions in the comment section below. For more updates and commentary on XRP and the ever-changing world of digital assets, please remember to press the bell button, like, and subscribe if you thought this debate was enlightening. Disclaimer, this movie is solely meant to be informative and instructional. It isn't financial guidance. Before making any investing decisions, please conduct your own research and speak with a financial advisor.